Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. Hello, money lovers. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Manifesting Big Money Fast. I am Jeanine, your host, and I couldn't be more excited because it is April 1st and I had so many epiphanies of what I desire to do with the podcast. And then I think this is something that only can happen in the Money Lovers Rich and Happy community, and that is literally various, there's just one or two, various people have reached out and said, Jeanine, love your podcast, like had so many aha moments, so many of the information you're sharing landed so deeply, and I can't believe you're sharing this for free. So everyone's asking, like, can you charge for the podcast? Can you charge for the podcast? I really feel this only happening in our community. And yes, I can. So there is going to be in the next weeks a split in the podcast. And there's going to be a public podcast. I will let you know all about it, which is going to be free. Just like right now, it's one episode a week. And if you feel like you desire more, then there's going to be a monthly podcast subscription, which is going to be $44 early bird every month, and you will have an additional 2 episodes per week. So if you like what you're listening to, if you feel like, hey, I want to deep dive, this is what's coming up. Thank you guys for reminding me that it's time to charge for the podcast. So just so you know, however, I will inform you or send you an email out once everything is clear, just so you know what's happening. And I've decided something I've done in the past, which really suited me. And I received a lot of amazing feedback back then from the community. So I hope you guys will like this, that every month we are having a topic, like an overall topic for the podcast. And then in every episode, we are going into deep dives of different aspects of that topic. And obviously, since we're just in the beginning of this podcast, I thought for April, let's actually talk about the fundamentals of money manifestation, of manifesting money. Like, what's the fundamentals? Because we are talking so much about manifestation, money, without actually knowing what they mean. When it comes to building clarity, one of my favorite things to do is actually shake up definitions of words. And this is really coming from when I started channeling. Before I was sharing this with you guys, so obvious where I'm receiving my information from, I was always shown a picture, and there were so many things are being twisted, not just 2 things being twisted that we actually can't see clearly anymore. Then those twists became bigger and bigger and bigger, and more currency were added. So in the end, we talk about money, but we throw in that pot when we talk about money how we feel about relationships, self-love, like environment, relationships, our own worth, like all those topics are different currencies on their own. And that's why it's so important to actually start always with definitions of the things we are talking about. So we actually understand on a deeper level, hey, this is what money is. This is what manifestation is. This happens when we are adding the 2 things together. So, the definition of money is always one of my favorite ones. Money, a current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes. Similar, it says, the assets, property, and resources owned by someone or something. Wealth. So, in the beginning, it's just, first of all, money, pretty obvious, a medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknotes, digital currencies, whatever. It's a medium of exchange. So it's I have something, you have something, and we change. So this is just money. It's super neutral, no emotions, don't put on a pedestal. It's not very special, or it doesn't have this superpower people are trying to tell you. It is simply a medium of exchange. So I would like to add, obviously, when we're exchanging something, it's like two people or more. I have something that you desire to have. And it has this energy of it's a freaking free exchange. There is freedom. So money was actually created to allow people to have more freedom, not to have less freedom. Because instead of, imagine me going to the supermarket and I'm like, hey guys, I'm really good when it comes to teaching money, building wealth, anything related to this topic. Is anyone here and you want to learn? Like, raise your hand. And maybe someone raises their hand, maybe not, and they say, okay, and in exchange, I will give you an apple, a carrot, a potato, milk and butter. So yes, obviously it's possible like this. It's just less freedom, because sometimes I know what I'm offering, but maybe sometimes I don't like what you're offering. Sometimes maybe I just don't desire to have fruits and vegetables in exchange, but something else. So money was invented, so we don't have to change our goods actually, but we exchange the money. So I have more freedom of choice. I can choose what to do, what to exchange my gifts for. I hope you start to feel like the freedom in the intention, the freedom in which money was created. It was not how it's being lived today. And for sure, money was not created with the purpose of people going insane, like fighting for the money, wars, power, like putting money on a pedestal and like, oh, if you have money, I'm better than you are. All this like BS that is happening in our world when it comes to money. Money is simple. Money is easy. It is just a medium of exchange with the intention when it was created to actually, and this is something I also ask in my channeling sessions, like, hey, universe, can you show me what was your intention when you brought money to this planet? And that was so interesting. And it was really like what I feel when I check the definition of money, this like freedom, free choice, more freedom, like greater space and room for people. The other definition I would like to bring to the table today is actually the definition about manifestation. Very interesting, huh? We've been talking about manifestation. I feel like at least I've been talking about manifestation on a daily basis, probably for the last 6 years now. And when I was preparing for this podcast episode today, it was actually the first time I was checking the definition of a manifestation. Very interesting also for me. And it states, manifestation is an event, action, or subject that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. And I actually love this because isn't it so cool? Manifestation is just embodiment of something. So you could like, what's embodiment of wealth? What's embodiment of $1 million? Like, how would you embody this? Is your life going to be the way it is right now? Is there something you would do differently? Yes or no? And then it's an event, action, or object that clearly shows a theory or an abstract idea. And for me, I'm like, ugh, something hit me. And that was there. First of all, there's no right or wrong. It's just, for me, the moment something unlogical happens, an event, action, or object that clearly shows a theory or an abstract idea. And for me, this is like something unlogical. This is magic. Because when it's logical, then it's every month I'm making $2,500, like my monthly salary. I don't know, it's like 5,000, 3,000, 2,500, whatever. So I expect with a salary increase of 5% every year, this is how much money I can potentially make over my lifetime. Completely logical, based on past information, data, blah, 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 blah. However, there's nothing abstract. There's nothing unlogical. There's nothing magical. And why would I say that my first million was definitely a manifestation? Because when I started this business 5 years ago, I started with 300 euros in my savings account. I had no money. I just came from a world trip. I spent all my money. And then I thought, oh, actually, I can't go back to the office. And I obviously did go back, coming back from this world trip just a little bit before Christmas, going to the office, talking to my manager about which project I'm gonna start working on as of January then, after the Christmas break. And I'm sitting there just looking at him, and something like in my head, maybe you had those moments, magical manifestation, boys, abstract idea, abstract theory. So it's like, you just gotta quit. You can't do this anymore. So I'm sitting there and I'm just saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all the amazing opportunities that are waiting for me. I just feel I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving now. And I signed my papers and I left. And I had this whole week of Christmas, New Year's to actually contemplate what the hell I just did and how my life is gonna evolve. And this was the beginning of my company. And never ever could I have dreamed that something like this, how I live today, how my company evolved, the impact I'm having, the impact this work is having, how many people have changed their financial reality, how many people are seeing money different, how many people are seeing themselves differently, how many people are starting to understand how important and how special they are, how people clearly can see their authenticity, their very individual skills. And I deeply, deeply believe the moment we move towards individualism, like to really not just understand that we're all different, but actually embody this, and we are fine that different people are different, even if different sometimes mean, oh, it's not for me, I don't like it. That's okay, but you still can be different. Doesn't mean that I have to like it. But just like nature, anything can exist. There's enough space for all of us in our uniqueness. Then it's a huge power that's available for all of us. So manifestation for me is really, if I would give you my definition, the magic, the wonder, the unlogical opportunities which are available to all of us at any point in time. And it really doesn't matter what you're bringing to the table, like how full your bank account is right now, how much money you have, or how much money you don't have, how much money you desire to have, what has happened, if you've good karma, bad karma, all those karma conversation, it all doesn't matter. This is one of my biggest mantras. I'm not my history. And this is when we dive in the next week's episodes more into the fundamentals of money manifestation, that you will see you cannot be your past anymore. The price you truly pay for a complete new financial reality is letting go of everything you currently have. And that is very scary, because there's, for a short period of time, it's empty. And that's very uncomfortable. And it is literally this moment in which you're cleaning, it's easily comparable to you cleaning your closet. So imagine you're standing in front of your closet. Actually, you're completely annoyed by how many clothes are in there. Most of the clothes in your closet you don't even like, they don't even fit, but now the but start. But they're still in good conditions, but you paid once a lot of money for them, but they are designer pieces, but. So same holds for money. However, in order to upgrade your financial reality, there has to come the point in which you, like, obviously facing your closet and taking all the shit out, first of all, which you don't like, even if it looks nice. What doesn't fit you, what's not your color, what's not your fit, what's not your body, not ideal for your body type, all those things. And sometimes, depending on how honest, I would say, and how strong we are mentally, this cleanses. There may be the moment in which your closet is almost completely empty. And if you've ever cleaned your closet like this, man, it is freaking uncomfortable. It's freaking uncomfortable when all of a sudden you look in your closet and it's almost empty, or it's empty, and you don't know where the next pieces are coming from. And this is it's a whole new level. For instance, if you clean your closet, take everything out you truly don't like, and maybe now in this current situation your bank account is not full enough, or maybe you even have no money at all to buy clothes, because in that moment a lot of mental crap is coming up telling you can't do this, you can't do this. And the same holds for money. And however, the stronger you are, the more you know how this works, the more you understand also past manifestations. It gives you the clear power that magic, miracles, and unlogical big surprises are always available for you at any point in time. Because let's go back to the definition: an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. There's no constraint of time. This can happen at any point in time to all of us, simultaneously. Let that sink. Money, magic, miracles, and the biggest wonders are always available. However, you clearly have to face them, you clearly have to ask for them over and over and over again, till it's part of your frequency, till it's part of your vibration, till you are a freaking walking money miracle. And that is a moment ooh, I've embodied it. I am it. I don't have to think about it anymore. Like you are embodiment that when you have to pee, you go to the freaking bathroom. You've embodied that. You don't doubt yourself. You don't even ask, why am I doing this? You've been trained, you just do it. But why? Yeah, exactly. You cannot give me an explanation. And that is embodiment. So when people ask me why and how are you making always so much money? What's happening? Teach me the strategies. Teach me the strategies. I cannot teach you the strategies because I don't follow strategies. I follow embodiment of money, miracles, and the biggest wonders at any time. So I'm receiving the biggest wonders, and money is part of that. It's a very different belief. I think different than most of the people, and that's why I have different results, also in finances. I hope this inspires you. I hope you start asking for more financial miracles. You got this. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. I've got 3 very important announcements for you. First, if you like what you're listening, make sure you leave some gratitude, leave a review, share the podcast. Second, if you love what you're listening to and you want more of that, there is a VIP version available. That means you will have access to 3 podcast episodes every single week. Simply check out the store, courses.richandhappiness.com, or the link in the show notes. And lastly, there are always monthly money activations happening around the new moon and full moon. If that is something you're interested, check out the store for the next money activation. I love you, and I can't wait to see your beautiful face soon again.